So some of you might be wondering what you're going to get out of this 3.5-day program, Money and You. So before I let you know that, what I want to do is tell you that Money and You is actually, it's not about, selling you franchises. It's not about, there's no hidden messages. Really, Money and You is for you. It's called Money and You because it really is about money and business and our relationship with money and business. And you're going to get you out of it. Let me delve in a little deeper. It was founded back in the 70s by two successful people who took a business from $25,000 to 60 million US in 3 years. And people really wanted to know how they did that. How were they so successful? And I believe that every good leader knows that they are not alone. And so what they did was create a team of advisors, if you will, to create a program to teach these fundamental business practices. And so they brought people in like the founder of Accelerated Learning, Georgie Lazanoff. And they brought in Buckminster Fuller, who's an inventor, mathematician, philosopher, and author who wrote books about the critical path of the planet. And they brought in different thought leaders of that time. And then what happened was people really started to grow and become successful out of the basic business principles that are taught in such a fun, exciting way that people really, really get it. Some of the people that had done the program that went on to lead the program and of course lead their own program, successful graduates like Robert Kiyosaki, author of the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series of books, and now travels around the world with Donald Trump. Doing seminars. Somebody like Tony Robbins, who first got his start in Money and You. Different people like that. Jack Canfield, author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. He got the idea for the book out of Money and You, but really what he got was how to leverage himself so that he could sell 80 million copies of books over and over and over again. These are the kind of people, I was privileged to travel around the world with Robert Kiyosaki and Blair Singer and different Money and You instructors as I was learning back in the early 1990s to teach this program. And the thing I got more than anything from them is that it's not just about the principles, it's about how authentically I'm willing to implement them in my own life. So in the 3.5-day program, you're going to get principles in a different way. And I guarantee you, I really do, even though some of these principles you've heard before, you're going to get them in a completely different way so that you can apply them to your life. Principles like leverage. How are you going to leverage to create that success, to create more results with less effort? More results with less effort. How are you going to create synergy on your teams? And not just synergy to create even more money, but to also create community and more love and the ability to speak and tell the truth in teams and be completely authentic. Those are the kinds of things we go through in Money and You. One of our graduates was a man by the name of Gary Kurtz, and you may not have heard of him, but I think you've heard of one of his partners named George Lucas. He produced a little movie called Star Wars. And at the time he did Money and You, Star Wars was still in pre-production. They had filmed it, but they hadn't actually, the movie hadn't been launched yet. And out of Money and You, what he decided was he decided to take no upfront fees. He got no salary from Money and You. But it was the first time in history that what he did was say, I'm going to make it on the back end. And he created all the Star Wars figurines and did a strategic alliance with McDonald's so that the cash kept flowing into him. That's an idea that came out of Money and You. And, that's a little action figure. In and of itself, it's not very important. But what Gary Kurtz now has done is infuse millions and millions and millions of dollars into various causes in the world in order to elevate humanity. So really, and the bottom line is, money is great. It's going to have us all be more successful. And while it's really nice to have the freedom and the luxury to go to the beach if I want to, the bottom line is I'm going to assert that most people really want to be successful because they want to create a better place for humanity. Buckminster Fuller that I mentioned earlier had a belief that the world can work for 100% of the people 100% of the time. And that, in essence, is what Money and You is about. In order for the world to work 100% of the time for 100% of the people, you and I need to be working 100% of the time for 100% of the people. So you're going to learn fundamental principles to create all of the environments, all of the results, all of the cash, and all of the love that you want in life. That's what Money and You is about, and we actually guarantee that you'll get that.